I say it's a dream come true? I've dreamed of this my whole life, since I started fighting, seeing the world champions who was Austria De La Hoya, Winky Wright and all them carry the WBC belt. It was something beautiful, and just seeing it in front of my eyes it's something great. I first stepped into boxing when I was about 8, 9 years old. It was just a normal boxing gym in a backyard house, like they used to be, and they still are, one of the greatest. It was just, everyone says if it was from my family, because normally it's because of dad or a grandpa or a cousin and someone from my family fought, but no, there's no history of boxing in my family. It was just one day at night we were just going to a donut shop, I want to say, and around the corner, and we saw the gym, and my dad decided to just stop by, and that's where it all happened. I stepped in the ring, and the coach said, hey, if he comes back, he's gonna like it. And yes, the next day I was happy to be back in the gym. I had a little bit over 200 fights, but a lot of people say back then wasn't really like, oh, national, 9-time national, because since I wasn't really from the United States, I was brought here from Mexico. I'm from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora. I was brought here from Mexico when I was only 3 years old. I guess you have to be a citizen from the United States in order to compete in national tournaments, and unfortunately we couldn't do that. I decided to go pro because I stopped fighting when I was about 16 years old. My dad unfortunately got deported. My mom was the only household we had, and it was just me and my brothers, where we lived in a rough neighborhood where people would have said like, oh, there goes the kids from the street, there goes the kids that aren't gonna make it out of here, they're probably gonna end up in jail, they're not gonna do nothing in life. That's why I've always said I'm proud of myself, where I'm at and how far I've came. But I decided to go pro as soon as I turned 18. An old coach I have, Andrew Soto, Knockout Boxing Gym from Phoenix, he always looked for me, he always cared for me. I got with my girlfriend, who is now my wife, we knew we were gonna have a kid, so I guess the days of being a normal teenager was done, and I had to get serious, and I started working at a scrapyard from 8 to 6, and like I said, Andrew Soto always looked out for me, and I decided to go back to the gym, and he told me, hey, well, let's go pro, and you can make a little extra cash for your household. It's a more serious competition, the smaller gloves, of course. Amateurs, way bigger gloves. You get way smaller gloves, no headgear, and just, I want to say the adrenaline is different, seeing the lights coming out to like your walkout music, seeing your opponent ready to want to kill you as well. It's just a different type of atmosphere out there, and especially hearing the people that support you, your family, scream your name, and it's just something real nice.
Yeah. And in style-wise, is there a difference?
Style-wise, of course, that's what I'm learning, and I've always said it. You never stop learning. You never stop learning. There's always room for improvement. And style-wise, of course, amateur is more speed, more touching, more punches. Back then, when I was an amateur, it was more points. Bah, bah, bah. The more you throw, the more little points you get, and now they switched it to a 10-9 system like the pros. So now it's, I think. But back then it was just throwing for you to win the fight. And in the pros it's more, you gotta land it, control yourself, locate the punches as well. So it was different. I worked at a scrapyard from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. My wife would pick me up, and my coach would wait for me at the gym till I got there. So I would work out from 6:30 to 8:30. And to be honest, sometimes I would be too tired to go run at night, because I had to wake up in the morning again to go work. And at the scrapyard, in Phoenix, temperatures would get up to 120 degrees, working in the sun, picking up steel, metal. It wasn't fun, But it was something I wanted to do. It was something hard, which I kept doing it until a couple years ago I stopped working.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Barely?
Just barely, yeah, because I still had to work for my family, I had to pay bills, pay rent, Yeah. Me and my wife been independent since we're like 17, 18. We decided to move and try to make it on our own. So, Yeah, it was hard, I'm working at a scrapyard. Like I said, I would only get paid $30 a day for the whole day.
What?
Yeah, $30 a
All
day.
those hours?
Yes, but I didn't have I wasn't legal here, so I couldn't get a decent job. I didn't finish school, so I was kind of in the rough point where like I got what I can get. You know what I mean? Yeah, $30. It was tough, but I don't know. I was happy for it. I had my family; they were happy, and I just wanted to get somewhere. I'd rather get the $30 a day working a good job than being on the street and doing something I shouldn't be doing. My mom had to work from 3 p.m. to like 2 in the morning. So we'll get out of school around 3 and she'll just leave food, so we won't see her anymore. We won't see her anymore. And I was just in the street all day, all night. I stopped going to the gym. There's people that would tell you I stopped going to the gym. I didn't want to know nothing about the gym. I was in the street fights, graffiti, doing everything I know. Now that I'm older, I try to tell my kids that that's not good. But back then I thought that was good, I always wanted to be the head of the little crew. I wanted to say I wanted to be the main one. I want people to talk about me.
Yeah.
I would fight for other friends, like I wanted to be cool. So she was the one that kind of put me in my place. She was the one that got me in the straight vision, seeing the difference between what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. I don't know where I would have been without her, to be honest, because like I said, I was just wanted to be in the street. I wanted to be doing things my friends were doing, I wanted to be the cool one. So she's just so supportive until this day, she's behind me 100, and like she supports me on anything I need. She's the one that does the hard part, is take care of my kids, make sure I'm happy, make sure they're happy, make sure I'm good, make sure I'm healthy, and make sure I'm just ready for my fight.
And support your dream.
Yes, of course, my dream is her dream, my dream comes true, her dream comes true. Even if it's my opponent, I have respect for him, no matter whatever they say. Once we're in the ring, it's different. But once we're out the ring, I respect them, because we all do it for our family. We all do it for a better future. We all have something to prove. And what I have to prove is that I want to doubt other person that said I wasn't going to make it. That I was just going to be a normal kid from the street, which I feel proud and happy of myself that I'm doing it. I'm living a dream, becoming a professional athlete, which not a lot of people can say. And especially saying, like, I want a better future for my kids. Like, that's my main part. I want to take them out. I don't want them to go through what I went through. I want them to have a close family, and that's something I'm doing it for.
So take us through your first experience in the pros, your first fight, los nervios, todo.
Yes. It was scary. I want to say scary, but a good, scary, nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. I had friends that had already turned pro, so they had already talked to me about it. I was really close with Alexis Santiago, Olo Argueta, Juanito. I had a lot of fighters, a lot of good friends that were already pros, so I would go and see them fight. So it was like, ooh, I would get more nervous when I would see them fight than when I would fight. But I was happy, a new adventure in my life, better thing, good nervous, I think I went out there the first round, and I think just with my nervousness, I just said, oh, I gotta hit this guy before he hits me. It was just the little gloves and stuff like that, so I was like, oh, I can't let him throw.
Yeah.
I gotta get him. Gotta get him out of here. It was good, good nervous. While we were working on that, I started with Iron Boy, and then Iron Boy signed me, to the promotion, small promotion from Phoenix, So it was Robert Vargas, who I have real good relationship with. He was doing some shows for Top Rank as well right there in Phoenix. So he would always tell me, like, hey, I'm gonna try to get you a Top Rank, like, talk to them about you. So yeah, he would throw him some names, but I didn't have a big amateur background. I wasn't a big name or anything like that, so it was kind of fade away, But they gave me the opportunity when I fought Alexis Santiago, I fought Alexis Santiago for the WBC USNBC title. And then they saw me, and then that's when they decided to give me the opportunity. I think that was a big stage that I was dreaming for, that I dreamed for, the big stage that I worked so hard for, just another another stage in my career, another stage in my boxing life, you know, where okay, this is the real deal. This is where I can get somewhere.
And what's your record right now?
26-0.
26-0. You're number one contender in the rankings for WBC in your division. I mean, how does it feel to know that you worked all that and now you're number one? That this is your chance for a title now.
It feels good, you know. It feels great, motivating, you know. Like I said, I've always saw that title and I've always pictured it in my waist, to be honest, you know. And I'm just hungry because I just want to win it and take it back to my hometown and like really say like I made it. I'm making my dreams come true. Like talk to the kids in my community and tell them like, dude, just because we come from here doesn't mean we can't get up there.
Yeah.
Like just because we sit on the floor doesn't mean we can't have our own chair. Like no matter where we come from, no matter what we have, like no matter what people tell us or doubt us, like we can get somewhere and we can make our dreams come true. Like that's how powerful I am. Like we're like, I'm thankful for everything that's came to me, you know. I'm glad, you know. I'm thankful for myself. Like I'm happy to where I became, you know. Have a great team, you know. I signed with Roger Reese, you know. He brought me a great team. Manny Robles, I'm thankful for him. So I feel proud of myself. I feel strong, you know. I think I have the right team behind me already, and I'm gonna fulfill my dreams. Some people would agree or disagree because they would say like some fighters aren't faithful to their trainers, but they gotta understand, you know, high school isn't the same as college. Grade school isn't the same as high school. You develop and you change teachers for a reason to learn, and I believe that's the difference. You know, if a fighter changes to a different trainer, it's for a reason and it's for its own good, and I think we all have to accept that. And for me, it was for my own good. I'm one of those where like I'm truly grateful for anybody and anything they've done for me in my life or in my career. Any advice they gave me, I'm grateful with you because you gave me a great advice, you know what I mean? And I would never talk down on no one. So, but if I have to leave you to get better advice, I'm truly grateful for you, but I have to move on, you know. It isn't for me, it's for my family, it's for my future. So if it's gonna better me, it's gonna better them. So I think that's the way some fighters feel, where like it's gonna better my future, it's gonna better my career. That's why they move forward. But if you feel good, if you feel happy with the person you're training, if the chemistry is there, if the bond is there, you're gonna want to go every day. Like you feel great to be there, you feel great to train with them, and especially if they're motivating you and lifting you up day by day. I just think it's a whole different ball game. So I like going out with my family, you know. I like taking time out the gym just to be with them because I know sometimes I can't be with them fully. I take a lot of time off away from my daughter. She's 3 and I just see her every day, and man, she's growing. I see my son and it's like, wow, like he's big.
Yeah.
Like, so I like spending time with them, seeing him grow, seeing him play his sport, you know, take him to his games, take my daughter out, you know. I think just time with my family is the most important. As fighters, we tend to want to get comfortable and say, like, it's just another fight. Let's get past it. But, you know, what was it? Last year, I want to say, I was done. I'm not doing anything with boxing. It's not paying my bills. I'm not getting nowhere, to be honest. So I talked to my wife and I'm like, I think just be grateful and thank everyone that supported me, but I think I just want to like step aside now and just focus on my family and focus on what I can do after boxing. And she looked at me and she's like, you know what, I support you, but I think you're wrong. Like, I think you still have a lot to give. Like, just really think about what you want to do and what you really say, because this is just a time. Like, seasons pass, you know. If this is your downfall, like, put your head up and find your way out. And I told her, like, when I just moved with Manny, like, I told her, like, you know what, like, I feel like I want to be in the gym again. I feel like I want to fight. Like, I feel great. I told her, like, I'm ready. I told her I'm ready now. Like, I have a great team. Like I said, she could even say, like, I'm more happy to go to the gym every day than before. I was more like, gym, gym. And now it's like, oh, yeah, let's go to the gym. Let's go to the gym. Let's go to the gym. So now it's like, now I want to be at the gym. I want to see my trainer. Now I want to get my butt kicked with the trainer. You know what I mean? Always keep my head up. No matter what. Never feel like I failed. To always keep my head up. Never feel like I failed. There's always one more round.